I am Vice President Communications Mall of America. That means I oversee media relations, public relations, our community relations outreach program, tourism department, experiential, our ESP communications hub, our entertainment team, and I'm forgetting social media as well. So a number of different departments. You know, like the rest of the private business sector, retail has changed and continues to change over the past 100 years, to be quite honest, but it's changing more rapidly now. The retail industry is evolving ever so rapidly with the internet, with Amazon, with online competition. It's important to stay ahead of those trends, to understand what the consumers need, and to make a connection with the consumer. I think consumers change, right? Consumer behavior changes. Clearly, an underlying factor for everything is technology. You know, 10 years ago, we didn't have smartphones. People weren't doing things on their phones like they do now. And that technology is going to continue to evolve and advance. But I think consumers themselves continue to evolve and change. Every generation has new expectations. They want to connect with the world in different ways. It's those changes that are driving the retail industry, and they're going to continue to happen for the next decade and more, and for coming generations. You know, the question comes up a lot, is the shopping mall dying? To be perfectly honest, yes and no, right? Traditional malls who don't stay relevant, who don't invest in their property, who don't offer amazing experiences, who don't touch and deal with their guests one-on-one, they're not going to survive. I believe that retail will continue to evolve and will continue to change. And those malls who don't invest in the property, who don't invest in technology, who don't invest in training and guest service, but most importantly, who don't invest in the relationship with your guest, they're going to fail and they're going to go out of business. The question comes up all the time, is Amazon dominating the world? And again, the answer is yes and no. Right? They're driving a lot of change in the retail industry. They've done a lot of things that are really good, that make it easy for consumers to get what they need and have it delivered. How convenient. You look on your phone, you find something you want, you find a great price, and you push a button and they deliver it to your house. That's really easy. That also takes out the tactile experience of going someplace, of interacting with your friends over a glass of wine or a cup of coffee. That takes away the tactile experience of smelling the smells, of feeling the sweater that you've been contemplating buying. Does it fit my body correctly? What do the colors look like? What do they look like in different lights? All those experiences you can't get online. You can't get that through Amazon. Do they continue to shape and drive the industry? They are a big factor in the industry. Do they have to dominate it? Not at all. In fact, I think that the really smart destinations like Mall of America will continue to thrive because people want that experience, right? You want to, on Black Friday, as much as we all say we don't want to be there, it's crazy, it's insane, there's so many people, we want to be there shopping. We want to be in the hubbub. We want that excitement, that thrill. We want to meet our friends for lunch with our exhausted feet saying, I need to change shoes because my feet hurt so bad. We want to be able to have lunch with our friends or grab a glass of wine at the end of the day. Those are the important things. Those experiences aren't going to change. Amazon's not going to change that. Are they shaping the industry? Absolutely. Is that a good thing? I think it probably is, right? Competition is good. It forces all of us to get stronger, to up our game, to try harder. You know, industry experts say that in excess of 8,500 stores, retail stores, locations will close this year. This is a trend we've seen happening for the past several years. It does not shock me. It doesn't surprise me. The brands that are going out of the business are those brands that have not stayed relevant, and they haven't invested in their brand, in their properties. They have not stayed connected to the guest. They haven't learned how to create a great experience for the guest and to create value for the guest, right? That's something we talk about all the time at Mall of America. We have teams dedicated to creating value for our guests. So one of the things we've been able to do very successfully at Mall of America is we've been able to bring retailers that have been online-only brands and given them a brick and mortar place to set up shop, right? And they've been very successful. A recent one, most recently, is Peloton, the exercise bike. Set up a shop here at Mall of America, and they've been tremendously successful. We've done that time and time again, showing that you can be brick and mortar as well as online. So are retailers going to go out of business? Yes. but new ones are going to pop up, and new concepts, and new attractions, and new venues, and new brands, and I think that's good for the industry. You know, the question of online shopping comes up all the time. Does it grow? Yeah, it's continuing to grow. Is that necessarily a bad thing for Mall of America or for relevant shopping destinations? I don't think so. I think it provides good competition for us. What online's never going to be able to do, take for instance Zara, a European brand that opened recently at Mall of America. We were the first in the Midwest, which is not unusual for Mall of America. We're oftentimes the first location in the Midwest or the US for a specific brand to come and set up shop. Thank you for taking the time. Again, Dan Jasper, Vice President, Mall of America.